Hello, this is Dr. J, back with some more Let's Play Command & Conquer Red Alert. Up next is another Soviet expansion mission. This time we are going to do the Counterstrike mission Legacy of Tesla. Command Directive 543 Prokhnov. I have no idea how to pronounce Russian. Authorization, Moscow Premier. Directive, the Allies have stolen vital data on the design of our mega aircraft. That's how come I waited to do this mission now, since we did the MiG mission. Now it makes some sense. We have learned that the Allies are constructing a MiG of their own with a nuclear payload. We have established a base in the area. Now it is up to you to destroy their prototype aircraft, and the base is defending it. You've been given a group of our new Tesla tanks. Okay, they're not that new. We've been using them for a while, but whatever. To facilitate your task. They are irreplaceable, so do not waste them. Okay. So, this is one of those missions that... So if on the Allied side, Absolute Madness is my most hated mission, this is probably my most hated mission on the Soviet side. It can be incredibly obnoxious, and the reason is, if you attract the attention, if you activate or trigger the Allies' nuclear bomber, it's technically possible to win the mission still, but it becomes ridiculously difficult and extremely aggravating, and you're probably screwed because it's just going to fly around continuously nuking your forces and your base, and it seems pretty much impossible to shoot down, if I remember correctly. And the things that trigger it are difficult to figure out and seem kind of arbitrary. It seems like if you go too far south, you trigger it, and it'll start flying around and nuking everything. It seems like attacking certain things or buildings might trigger it. And so, because the MiG getting activated is essentially a mission failed result. It's like there's this giant you lose button that you can just trigger arbitrarily, not even being entirely sure why it happened. And that makes this mission incredibly irritating to do, and that's why it's my most hated Soviet mission. That said, I think I have kind of an understanding of how to not trigger the Allies' nuclear bomber to just go around blowing us up. And as long as you understand what not to do, then the mission is fine. So it at least has that much going for it. Unlike Absolute Madness, where that mission is utterly obnoxious even if you know what you're supposed to do. This one, at least, if you know the magical actions to take to not trigger the you lose button, then it's a perfectly fine, acceptable mission. So it's better than Absolute Madness, then. I guess my most hated Allied mission is more obnoxious than my most hated Soviet mission. And of course, because this is a Counterstrike expansion mission instead of an Aftermath one, that's why we have the Tesla tanks that are just repurposed radar jammers instead of proper Tesla tanks. And it's why the briefing acted like they're some new prototype unit. But again, you know, let's just ignore that little part of it. It makes sense in terms of the whole MiG part. That now that we've developed our own MiG, the Allies have stolen the design, and now they want to use it to create their own nuclear bomber. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to capture the Allied construction yard. Hopefully without triggering the nuclear bomber. Oh, right, and we have to put up with these stupid longbows. And since the Allies do repair this, capturing it is going to be that much trickier. Don't destroy it. Okay. Now, I'm going to temporarily slow things down a bit. Start repairing this. Start building some AA guns so we can take care of this stupid longbows. Whoa! I didn't mean to have everybody do that. Oh, they're going... Okay, God, don't get the construction yard. Don't get the... We're screwed if they get the construction yard. Oh, my God. All right, that's a restart. Never mind, the mission still sucks, even when you know what to do. Okay, good to know. Take two. Didn't realize that the stupid longbows are just going to go straight for the Conyard, so I'm going to want another engineer to immediately repair it back to full then. Okay, fine. Really, there are some missions that just needed more playtesting and more refinement. This is one of them. It's just so obnoxious. Alright, so the attack force I had before seemed fine, so 3 heavy tanks will do the job. Let's get a 4th engineer. Wish that the Soviets could build APCs. Alright, yep, that'll do for engineers. 1 more heavy tank and we'll go. Do. Alright. We will save the rest of our money to build those AA guns once we capture the construction yard. So I guess I should maybe explain what we're doing. As you can see, we don't have a construction yard. The Allied MiG is on an island down here, their nuclear bomber. What we're going to need to do is capture the enemy construction yard here to construct a naval yard so that we can get down to the island where the nuclear bomber is and hopefully capture it. And if we can't capture it, hopefully destroy it. Now that's another reason that I don't like this mission, is because, sure, it's kind of puzzly, but it's puzzly in a way that just takes tons of obnoxious trial and error to figure it out. Like, you can't really just figure this out just by using your head. You have to play the mission repeatedly. Repeatedly fail because the stupid nuclear bomber kills you over and over again. And just kind of gradually figure out, okay, I need to go over here to capture this construction yard so I can build a naval yard. So that, and then you need to figure out where the enemy keeps their bomber. And you need to figure out, don't do this or this or this to trigger their bomber killing me. Etc., etc., etc. Man, that thing took a lot of Tesla shots. I'm only destroying these walls so that they're not interfering with my unit's abysmal pathing. The more open space they have to move around, the less chance of them doing really stupid things. Okay. Let's start on this construction yard. Whoa, 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 guys. Okay, get in there. Then we need somebody to heal it back to maximum. Start building those AA guns. Okay, that's better. We're going to want to capture this too, because it's producing units, which is very annoying. Okay, and one of them is actually going for my engineers. Alright, let's get that back to full. Okay, we're in better shape now. Now, I don't know if attacking this naval yard triggers the MiG. It might, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to build my own. There's a number of allied destroyers, so I'm going to want some destroyers of my own to deal with them. Fortunately, destroyer versus destroyer combat is not as clunky and annoying as using submarines. Insufficient funds, you say. Well, we can do something about that. We have a whole lot of unnecessary walls back at our base here. There we go. That got us some money. Quite a bit of it, in fact. The defenses back at the base are reasonable. They should keep the base safe for a while. What the heck? Where'd that guy come from? Oh, probably a pilot from a shot down MiG. How on earth did he take 3 Tesla zaps? Good lord. Okay, we're gonna want more engineers. If I can capture the enemy MiG, I very much want to do that. Because then we can turn it against them, and we have our own nuclear bomber, and that'll be fantastic. I'm gonna blow tons of money on a whole lot of engineers in the hope of just being able to pile them all into the airfield and capture it in one go. Just be careful not to sell the power plants. Should maybe build more ore trucks to improve the speed of my ore collection. Yeah, that probably won't be a bad idea. Let's see. A couple more engineers, I reckon. And of course we're going to need... Okay, that's powerful enough to be a bit threatening. I should bring my force back. I don't need them here anymore. I need them guarding my base. Okay, I'm down a flame tower, which is not the end of the world. I do not want to go too far south before I'm ready. That'll activate the nuclear bomber and it'll pretty much be game over. Alright, we'll need a transport. Well, I might want some of these guys for the landing. Nah, these guys will be my defense force. Alright. One more engineer. No, 4... Yeah, let's go all in 5. I want to absolutely maximize my chances of capturing the MiG, the nuclear bomber. I think there also might be a time limit that activates the nuclear bomber. I'm not positive. I don't fully understand what activates it. I could check the mission triggers to know for sure, but I'm just too lazy. I haven't bothered to do that. Oh, good lord. Do I really still need the construction yard? It's almost tempting to sell it. I don't think I need this. Due to a bug, anything that it gave me access to, I'll still have access to after I sell it. 5 destroyers or so should be enough to dominate the water. I don't think I need both of these anymore either. Alright, 2 more destroyers. I could just sell one of these. Yeah, there we go. Get the money instead. 2 heavies and all these Tesla tanks, plus a flame turret and a Tesla coil will be absolutely enough to keep my base safe. 1 more destroyer, then a few tanks, and then I think it's go time. Should probably just speed things up while I wait for the ore collection. I maybe should have built another ore truck. This is pretty excruciatingly slow. Oh, where are those guys going? Hopefully they're not going to the west. I think they're attacking this base. Yeah, looks like it. You know, that was a pretty substantial attack force by the AI standards. Oh, good lord. Oh, no, not abort. We're doing well enough. I'm going to build another ore truck after... I think right away, after this destroyer. This is just so slow, it's unbelievable. Unit ready. I think there's more ore to the south, but I'm still scared to go down there in case I activate the nuclear bomber. You know what? We're almost out of ore here anyway. Maybe I should use what little money I have left to build the tanks for my landing. We'll go with light tanks. Unit ready. Building. Maybe a couple dudes to round it out. We're really hurting for money now. I'm just going to sell this other AA gun, whatever. Alright, one more light tank and then we're going to go. It's not much of a landing force, but it doesn't need to be. Maybe I shouldn't have blown so much money on all those engineers, but I just... Oh, okay, that's smart. Irritating, but smart. I just really, really want to maximize my chances of capturing that MiG. Well, that's irritating. Yep, good job. Okay. Gonna make a scum save here. And now it's go time. You get to be group 1, group 2, group 3. Oh, that was smart of them. They destroyed the SAM site just in time for their attack with the longbows. Coordinated assault. Now, funnily enough, going too far south on land triggers the nuclear bomber, but the naval force doesn't. It's really strange. Like I said, I don't have a terrific grasp of what makes it wake up and what doesn't, which is part of why this mission is frustrating. It's just so opaque with activating the game over button. Okay, we can go faster than this. Alright, I think this is the island. Once we land on the island, the bomber activates and it's going to start nuking things, including the force that we land on the island. And it can also nuke its own airfield. So it's interesting. If it nukes its own airfield, it flies off the map and, you know, it's no longer a problem. But we want to capture it, so we're going to try to avoid that happening. 5 destroyers might have been overkill. It's looking like I could have gotten by with 3 or 4. Okay, looks like this is going to be our landing site. Alright, I'm going to make another scum save here, just so that if I screw this up, which is likely, I don't have to spend all the time sailing down here again. Okay, the group that we're going to land first is going to be the tanks and stuff. I'm going to slow things down so that I can react very quickly to what the bomber does. Oh, that is not good. I do not need that destroyer blowing up my LST with my engineers. Okay, I expect the bomber is going to start attacking us at any moment, which means we don't want to be grouped up. Alright, this has become very messy all of a sudden. No sign of the bomber yet, to my surprise. Yeah, I don't know where it is or what it's doing. Should be inside this fenced-off area, I think. There it is, okay. Wow, it's just sitting there. That's so strange. Maybe I did need the 5 destroyers after all. Alright, I don't want to lose this tank, because this tank is going to be what I use to bust through the walls, so that my engineers can get inside. I don't know why it's just sitting there, but I'm delighted that it is. Oh my god, don't kill my engineers. He's killing the engineers. I hope 4 is enough. That is the kind of thing that's so frustrating. It's just so goddamn fiddly. You destroy the tank. Oh, the driver comes out and snipes off one of your engineers. Great. Alright, capture it. Lickety split, please. What? Why are they not... Is it not capturable? What's going on here? Did I waste all the money on these engineers? And it's not taking off or anything. It's like it's bugged. Okay, well, I activated it, I guess. Okay, well, if it blows up its own airfield, problem solved. Okay, sure. Alright, whatever. Screw this mission. Let's just finish it. The conventional way, apparently. At least we don't need to worry about activating it anymore, so we can harvest from the south. So I'm going to start building more ore trucks. Good to know I wasted all that money on those engineers, though. Oh, right. Might as well fry these civilians, I guess. Because we're Soviets, and that's what we do. I guess I can build more refineries now, too, because I took that construction yard. So I don't need to just build ore trucks. Also, did I build it back there? I sure did. Great. Okay. Harvest from there. And we'll just finish off the remaining Allied forces on the map with conventional forces. I would have sworn you're supposed to be able to capture the bomber, but I don't know. Either I don't know what I'm talking about and I was wrong from the beginning, or it just bugged out. Who knows? Oh, okay. Heal crate there instead of a money crate. Unfortunate. I'd have preferred a money crate. But we might as well push south and secure this ore field here for the safe harvesting of our own ore trucks. And we might as well finish off what's on this island, because we probably need to in order to complete the mission.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting or affirmative? Affirmative.
Oh, and artillery.
Awaiting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders at once. Agreed. Yes, sir. Very well.
Don't think we need these particular walls, probably.
Unit lost.
Okay, what's going on? What is happening? God, I take my eyes off things for 2 seconds and it's all disaster. I think I ordered them here, not realizing that that would cause them to pass through the enemy base and all die. Okay, great. I think I just took massive unnecessary casualties to a force that I was hoping would, you know, have a lot of punch for when I want to do my main assault. Whatever.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged. Awaiting orders.
Okay, you're real slow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And everybody's almost dead.
Reporting. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Alright, well, start repairing. And, oh man, my finances are still excruciatingly slow.
Unit prepared. Preparing.
Maybe one more ore refinery.
Preparing.
This guy hopefully will chase my ore truck back into my base and get killed. Because he's super irritating.
Prepared. Insufficient funds. Our base is under attack. Preparing.
Die, please. Okay, good. Lure them back in range of the SAM site, please. How is this guy still alive? Somebody explain this to me. Jeez. You'll deploy where I damn well tell you to, Ava.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Prepared. Unit prepared.
Alright, well, Cat, hold on. What the hell? Alright, what did you knock on the floor and where? Cats are real jerks sometimes. Oh, here's this random thing for me to knock on the floor. I'm sure that's not important or expensive or anything. Ugh, goodness. Okay.
Primary building.
Alright. I think we finally have some reasonable finances going, so let's prepare an attack force.
Unit ready. Building.
I swear I've played this mission where I used the bomber to wipe out the enemy. I don't know why it wasn't letting me capture it. Who knows?
Building.
Maybe the version I'm playing is just bugged.
Unit ready. Building.
Alright, we're actually making a decent amount of money now.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
Guess I can destroy this now. What's going on? I hear sounds like a turret firing. And it's something getting destroyed. What's happening? Where is this occurring? Okay, so that was the sound of the building getting damaged. Oh, that was the turret firing, I assume. This one, because it's not pointing in the default direction. Okay, mystery solved. We're gonna have to take that northern island.
Building. Unit ready.
Squish. I haven't lost a single destroyer. In fact, they're... Oh, because I got the heal crate. That's why they're barely damaged. Yeah, 5 destroyers might not have been a bad quantity to build after all, given how many enemy ships I've ended up facing.
Ready.
Oh, objective 1 complete. Okay. What was objective 1? Destroy everything on the island with the nuclear bomber, I guess? That guy's a dodging fool.
Unit
Finish him off. You can do it.
building.
There you go. See? You have the power within you.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Just continue building our attack force while my destroyers bombard this island here.
Sufficient funds. Unit ready. Building.
Boy, naval units are slow.
Unit ready. Building.
Can't quite target that. I might have to do a landing to uncover it. Well, I can do that.
Our base is under attack. Unit
Really?
ready.
Is this something I need to worry about? Oh no, they're killing... Okay, that, on the other hand, is irritating. It's ballsy, I'll give you that. There we go. Okay. This guy should be loaded onto the transport. Oh, there's a tank in there. It's crazy how many destroyer missiles it takes to kill a man who has like 2 hit points left. When you hear destroyers firing for like 10 minutes to kill something, there's a safe bet it's an infantry, as silly as that is. There's tons of stuff on this island. Holy. Wow, okay. This place is heavily fortified, who knew? I'm afraid if they hide in the very center of the island, like this guy just did, it might not be in range of the destroyers from anywhere. Maybe from here? Okay, from there. Nice try, though. Artillery explodes so satisfyingly. Good grief, this takes an age. Go around. Hey, they actually killed that guy in a reasonable amount of time. Get in range of that guy. Okay, something in my base is getting destroyed. What's happening? Ava, you're supposed to tell me when that kind of thing happens. Apparently I lost my Tesla coil to something. I don't even know what. What is happening here? You know what? I'm just going to go destroy a southern base. It has angered me. I'll finish off that island afterwards. This is more than enough of a force to do it, I reckon. Alright, I lost my silos, so well, I can just build new ones. Then I won't have to listen to silos needed, and I won't have to be constantly building things. And Tussle Tank gets in the front, because it's very fragile, so that's the smart move. Well, this is satisfying. Rolling over this base with this humongous force that I've been building while I was trying to take out that one island. Tussle tanks are pretty good anti-infantry. This is what you get for trying to turn our MiG into a nuclear bomber, allied scum. And then bugging out and not letting me capture your airfield. Get wrecked. Ah, this is so satisfying. Man, I swear the temperate camo pillboxes, the grass ones, are even harder to see than the snow ones. The snow ones you can at least see if you're looking for them, because the bottom part of that hexagonal shape kind of stands out against the snow. But the grass has less of a solid or flat texture, so it's even harder to see it against that. A ranger, that's going to save you. Alright, what remains on this central island? A man and a power plant. Alright, it is mop-up time, clearly. As long as they stay in the back, the Tussle tanks are a fantastic addition to a force. Their DPS and effectiveness against virtually all types of enemies are really good attributes. How much I want to bet there's something lurking in this one little bit of shroud that I didn't uncover. These sneaky camo pillboxes. There is zero chance I will ever see any of those before they shoot at me. Alright. Oh, okay, we win. Well done to us. Yeah, probably my most hated mission of the Soviet campaign, but it wasn't that awful that time. Because, you know, I more or less knew how to do the mission. Still not sure why I wasn't able to capture the nuclear bomber, but whatever, we got through it, and it was only minimally obnoxious. So, that's done. Next up is going to be more expansion missions, and they should all be better from here. So, hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.